Lynch that nigger. Beat that nigger. Rape that black nigger. Shh. This low-level mistranslation was the last words heard by my ancestors. From these bastardized bastards of this confusing nation, like saying and spelling nation confuses my authentic tongue. See, context changes everything. When truth found me, I still found it hard to believe that we went from superhuman beings, convinced to 3/5 of nothing. From engines of ingenuity to exotic fruit, noose from family trees to screaming Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Wait, how can Black life matter to me when I'm enslaved by the language that changed the way I think of me? Context changes everything. See, while blacks attempt to recognize the lookalikes of their ancestors, good white folks wish to bury the thought of their clan-cestors.
Clan-cester?
I'm like a fly on the wall in today's nursing homes, listening to dementia-decayed brains that ironically never forget to remind the black nurse that she's a nigger. The remnants that still remember when America was great. Again, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world, and what you're taught as a baby becomes you psychologically. From white Americans that agreed with slavery being legal, to civil rights antagonists that attacked peaceful activists, to hatred for Colin Kaepernick, for peacefully protesting the KKK in blue uniform. See, this isn't mystique, but this system changes form because context changes everything. Lynch that nigger, beat that nigger, rape that black These bastards still exist, still do this, and by law get away with it. And recycle this nigger myth through the miseducation of kids like Keaton Jones, feeding off emotional sympathies while cashing out on GoFundMe's. Wait, where was all that support for Ashanti Davis, a little colored girl who committed her own lynching when the rainbow was enough? No, I don't condone being bullied. Nor do I tolerate civilian racial profiling, because Keaton could easily be the next George Zimmerman. Again, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world, and context changes everything. So you were taught a myth, believe the myth, and then formed a habit of believing the myth of what a nigger is. I had to dig through dusted pages for ancient language to find truth that I still found hard to believe, hard to receive through habitual teaching that my history started in chains. No! Nigger, N-G-R, Nga, Naga, Niger, Negus, Nugusti, meaning spiritually, God. Supreme royalty, Lord of lords, Queen and King, basically stating I am who I am, I know who I be. God, no, not the mythical, mystical teachings, not the creator of terrestrial things and beings. God. By human experience, artistic, creative energy, full of love and beauty, conceding to your higher self, the top chakra, creating things that leave the world better than when you entered it. But context changes everything. Just add a little hate to a misinterpretation. Lynch that goddess, Sandra Bland. Beat that god, Freddie Gray, while Dylan infiltrates the kill under God's roof. Now, do you see how hell breaks loose when a devil enters heaven? Trying to figure out where to go from there.
Do the one with the words.
Do the one with the words, he said.
I don't know what you got words in. We could talk. I'm gonna be here. I'm just here to enjoy the other poets once my set is up. But I do have my own website where it's clothing with us in mind. It's originalprint.com. Original with an E. O-R-I-G-I-N-E. I know we giving you a lot of spelling words tonight.
No, he ain't playing it.
Wait, do it again. O-R-I.
O-R-I-G-I-N-E-L, print, P-R-I-N-T.com. It's a whole lot of stuff up there with us in mind. And particularly like the crown is another logo that I created. Give you a little history on the crown and how it came to be. The 3 pyramids. You put them all together, they form a crown. So Nephra, Khafra, Khufu, that's the name of the pyramids in particular. They call it the Great Pyramid of Giza, what have you. That's just earlier names, the closer we get to contemporary history or what have you. But you put it together, that's where the concept and the idea of the crown came from. It was to represent royalty, it was to display us. They said the Great Pyramid, you could see it from 200 miles away. It's that big. But it's more history behind it, and it's a lot of stuff on that website with us in mind. And I'll close out with the Instagram after all of this. But yeah, I would love to talk to whomever I'm blessed to talk to at the end, but yeah. Okay. Yo, Mello, my favorite number is 7 too, by the way. I think
I know what you're about to do.
I think we had this conversation. Yeah, my mother used to tell me 7 is God's number, and I started to find out why as I lived a little life. I divide 7 into myself one time. You can find my essence within the Jordan River, cleansing the leper healed on the 7th try. Perfection is represented by 7. I move in 7 directions. Center, front, back, north, south, east, west. Took my immortal moral compass as the architect, mastering the art of masonry, using the 7th letter G to build 7 world wonders throughout every 3 months, sliding into 4 seasons. Count backwards from Z, the 7th letter is T, used according to allegory to crucify a revolutionary hung from a tree. P, Q, R, S are the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th letter. Add them together, they equal 70. These letters grouped together rest on your mobile touchstone's 7th key. They x-rayed my exoskeleton, astonished to see this melanin masterpiece. I'm like the elephant in a room of an art gallery. Intangibly in every life creation or imitation, naked and unashamed. Superior structure, shape, frame, larger than life. I am like 7 days of the week. Through 5 plus 2 or 52 weeks, I see 7 colors through the 7 parts of my eyes. Violet, indigo, blue, red, yellow, orange, green. The 7 parts of my ears hear 7 musical notes, irresistibly keeping my body moving. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, si. Each key speaks differently to my 7 operative chakras: supreme light, the mind, throat, heart, navel, sexual, the anus, head, neck, body, arm, leg. 7 parts that connect me in unity. Through my 7 orifice enters and exits the breath of life. I was found worthy of reading the book of life when I cracked open my 7 seals. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 1 mouth. So I moonwalked across the equator to visit 7 churches, taught them 7 deadly sins. I have 7 layers of skin. They say I only use 10% of the 7 parts of my brain. The 7 parts of my heart records all the pleasures and pains. See, 7 is my age of reason. In 7 more, I'll see puberty. Add 7 more for maturity. 7 more begins the prime time of my life. I sent out 7 ships across 7 seas on a voyage through the planets to be fruitful and multiply myself 7 billion times on 7 different continents. I am the son of the Father and Mother Nature. Been envy since evil entered into history. When you open Pandora's combination to the beginning of my mental entry, you'll see perpetual greatness from the motherland of milk and honey. Now consider and compare me to an ant. See, I worked like a slave, forced to eat like a creative king. Corporate strategies conspire against we, but profit off our every invention. Remember when they ate the fat parts, they tossed us the chicken's wings? Right. So we turned chicken wings into a world-class delicacy. Turned empty land into massive castles, cathedrals, built pyramids, still a mystery in the hands of opposing evil.